So, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a tier list for all the confirmed Monster Hunter Rise large monsters. There's 33 or 34 confirmed, I believe. Obviously, there are more coming with the DLC and post-title updates. But this is what we have of now before the game launches in less than 10 days as of recording. So this is how I'm going to go. I'm just going to go through each monster alphabetically and then rank them on 5 different scales. So the first monster up is Angenath. And this monster, I really do like its design. It is probably my favorite of all the Rise monsters. I think the armor and the weapons look pretty cool. However, I imagine it's probably going to be a low tier monster, unfortunately. Despite that, I still think it's probably going to be an S tier monster for me going into the game. Next up is Mudron, another new monster coming to Rise, and I think definitely S tier. I think the design is really cool, likewise with Angenath. I think all the new monsters in Rise are fairly good though. But the design looks good. The whole mud mechanic done right, unlike a couple other monsters on this list. Or rather specifically. But yeah, the armor and weapons also look good in my opinion. The only thing I think that is a must that needs to happen in the game is a turf war with Mizutsune, but I imagine that's gonna happen. Next up is Angenath, one of the walls in the Monster Hunter world. The first wall, rather. I'm gonna say B tier. I do like its enraged design, but regular design, not that interesting. Just basically like a just a straight up T-Rex. It's not that interesting. However, I do like the fight with it, and its armor is also pretty nice. The weapons, of course, just a slap on bone though. But yeah, I want to like this monster more, but I just can't. Just kind of just lacking. Then we have Sorrios. It's a fairly basic monster. Would be one of the starting monsters in Rise. I thought its fight is not that interesting either. However, I don't dislike it. The design is another one of those ones where it's like kind of but I'm gonna put in C, just for the fact that its icon is actually kind of nice. Just gobbling up some honey. But yeah, Sorrios is just one of those monsters that kind of forgettable. So next up we have Barrioth. Barrioth is one of those monsters that I probably have a hot take on. I just don't really find him that interesting. That's why I'm gonna put him in D tier. I thought his fight was, especially in Iceborne, really just kind of basic and boring. Never fought Frostfang, so I don't have an opinion on that one. But regular Barrioth, just don't care about him. And does he even have a specific theme? I don't know if he does. Pretty sure he does. Just unmemorable for me. Alright, next is a monster that I actually kind of do like. Barrioth, I'm gonna put in B tier. I actually like its design in comparison to Angenath. I thought its fight was fun, while it was simple and kind of easy. I do like its fight, and yeah, I just think it's a really cool, just low tier monster. For what it is, I do enjoy him though. Sorrios. I'm also going to put in B tier. I've never fought Sorrios or experienced them, so this opinion might change depending on how the fight goes in Rise. But I do like his design. I think the armor and the weapon for him that we've seen look good. The hunting one anyways. But yeah, this is one I'm actually kind of looking forward to the most out of any of these monsters, I think. But yeah. Next, another newcomer to the series, Bishaw 10. I'm going to put in B tier. This is actually a lot higher than what I initially thought of it. Actually seeing its gameplay and its armor and weapon definitely improved my opinion of the monster. It also has a really interesting mechanic in its fight where it has the fruit. They do all different sort of status ailments and stuff, such as the purple one is like poison, the yellow one is slash, I think the orange one is just raw damage, or it might be defense damage, something along those lines. But yeah, this one I'm actually looking forward to because it definitely is going to be an interesting fight. Chameleos, the first monster we have confirmed for the post-launch. I'm putting him in A tier. I like Chameleos' design. His just whole mechanic is very interesting. Never experienced him before, but I definitely am excited to see how he plays in Rise. Diablos. Diablos is just one of those monsters that a lot of people like. I don't really care for him. He's kind of just basic in my opinion. I'm not really interested in his design or armor, weapons, or any of that. So I'm just going to put him in C tier. His fight's okay, but definitely does feel repetitive sometimes, especially in World. He digs under the ground quite a bit. Gossherrog. This monster, S tier. I think his design is pretty good. The most notable thing for sure is the clip with Gossherrog and Tetranodon, and that turf war where Gossherrog just goes insane. He destroys Tetranodon. But yeah, I think the armor looks good. Weapons are cool. Also, we saw the gameplay recently where he actually is able to dual wield with his frost breath and those swords. But yeah, Graybag. Graybag is going to go into B tier because I do like its design. Never experienced it before, but I feel like it'd probably be B tier monster for me. It's a sleep mechanic monster, so probably be the mid low rank monster before Somnacan. But I still think it's a cool monster, design wise anyways. Just need to see more of it, to be honest, and my ranking may change based on that. Now the Great Izuchi is a starter monster that I think I really like. From a design perspective, especially, I really like its design. The whole raptor aesthetic with like a scythe tail looks really cool. And I do also enjoy its fight. It's very simple. Most of its attacks are just the tail swipe or whatever. But it's fun, in my opinion. And the armor looks pretty nice as well. So do the weapons. The Great Roki, on the other hand, though, this one may also change. I'm gonna put in C tier for now. Just doesn't look that interesting to me. It's another one of those poison monsters. I'm not the biggest fan of the poison stuff. But yeah. Now we have Todus. I mean, S tier, right? Nah. Doesn't go along with Barrioth. Todus is just design, especially very just garbage. The fight itself, very unrememberable, and yeah. The armor, on the other hand, I think looks alright, but I just it's just a monster that I don't really care for at all. There's no redeeming factors I can think of, like with Arzuros or Diablos. There's just nothing that even makes me want to put it up with those. Next, we have Kesu. Kesu, I'm going to put in C tier for now. This one could definitely change depending on when I experience, or when I actually experience him. For now, I just don't really like his design that much. The whole fleshy aesthetic, not the biggest fan of. Especially when it comes to like the armor. I don't really care for that. But it could change. I will say the gameplay that we got for him recently, like in the beginning of the month, did look kind of cool. Especially with the cavern stuff and it just hanging from the ceiling. That looked interesting. But, I don't know. Let's stay in C tier for now. Kuyaku is another one of those C tier monsters. Not too complicated, but I'm not really a fan of... His design's alright. I don't hate his design or anything. It's just, it's a bird. It's a bird. Big bird. I do like how it goes around with stealing eggs and whatnot, though. I like that, but it's just not that interesting. Next up, we have Lagambi. Lagambi's one that I could see going up to B tier, depending on how much I like its fight. I don't think we've seen its armor yet, or weapons. So Lagambi could definitely change to B. But I think its design is cool, and especially this little icon that we got for it, I really like. That's all I have to say for Lagambi, though. But next we have Magnum, the flagship for Monster Hunter Rise. I think this is definitely one of my favorite monsters already with the demo. His fight is just really well done. His mechanic, the Hellfire Blight, where you can actually use it against him, is cool. But just his moveset overall, just the dive bomb stuff, it's really fun, cool fight, especially in the demo where you have limited armor sets and it's way harder than it ever will be in the full game. It really just raises the intensity of the fight. But I definitely think Magnum is deserving of the S tier. Its theme is also pretty nice. The armor is alright. The weapons do look cool in my opinion. But yeah, Magnum I can see definitely becoming one of my favorite monsters. Easily. Mizutsune, one of the Fated 4. I'm going to put in A. Mizutsune, I like its design, especially this little icon. Really nice. Its theme is alright. I feel like I've kind of experienced it way too much with the demo though. But I still do like it. Especially wyvern riding with it. Going against Magnum was definitely fun. Because he never did that before because you always wyvern ride like the Rathian or Great Izuchi from Mizutsune, but nothing the other way. So yeah, definitely A tier in my opinion. Naraka Kuga, also another monster that's A tier worthy. I really like its design. Its theme is alright. Well, I only fought it once. I did enjoy it, but I didn't get to experience him that much. So I'm definitely looking forward to him in Rise. Pookie. Nah, it's Pookie. I mean, sure, he's unique, I guess, but just It's like the third fight in World, I believe. And he kind of pops up here and there, and he has his Coral Highlands variant, which I actually like more than this one. But base Pookie, definitely C tier for me. Rajang or Rajang, also C tier for me. I'm not the biggest fan of the design. I think the theme is I had never experienced Rajang though, so this monster could definitely go up depending on how I like the fight or whatever. Also its armor and weapons, of course. But yeah. Next up we have Rakna-Kadaki. This is probably my least favorite of the new Rise monsters. Not that I dislike it or anything. It's just we haven't seen too much of him or her yet. It has an interesting mechanic with the little arachnas. I forget what they're called. Cephalopods or something like that. But yeah. I just need to see more of it, to be honest. Rathos, the flagship of Monster Hunter. Although Rathos may be basic flying wyvern, I do like his design. The red and black looks cool. The armored weapons are always good for Rathos. Rathian, on the other hand, not the biggest fan of. I'd rather just fight Rathos, and Rathos looks cool in my opinion. It's Rathian C tier. Also thought Rathian way more. It's kind of over Rathian, to be honest. Royal Ludroth, put in B tier. Yeah, B tier. I like the design of Royal Ludroth. We did see a little bit of gameplay with the Bishop 10 hunt gameplay as well. So, yeah, B tier. I just need to see more of them. Like a lot of these monsters. Because this definitely is not a definitive ranking or anything. But yeah, next up we have Somnacan. Another S tier monster for me, I think. I really like the design. The whole mermaid Leviathan aesthetic. Also has a mechanic that's pretty similar to Bishop 10. And since that's the clams or whatever, that it will break with his chest. And like it triggers flash. I believe there's another one. I forget. But it also has a sleep mechanic. And yeah. Its armor and weapons look pretty cool. Like the whole webbed aesthetic I like. But yeah. Definitely one of the monsters I'm looking forward to most. Tetranodon. Tetranodon's gonna be A tier monster for me. I like the design, but the armor set, it's kind of whatever. I don't really care for it. The weapons too, but I really do like this design. It just seems like a fun, cool monster. Even though it's probably gonna be low tier, definitely is one of the cooler monsters that we've gotten. Also, I mentioned it has the turf war with Gossherrog, but the turf war it has with Arzos where it just tries to eat him is also really funny. Yeah. Next up, Tigrex. Like Barrioth, I just don't care about Tigrex. The design is okay, but the fight and just the whole pure brute strength, I'm not the biggest fan of. I just found it to be kind of annoying, especially since I had to grind it out in World. I just didn't really care for it that much. But yeah. Alright, Tobakadachi. Tobakadachi's C tier. I just didn't find it to be that well, it definitely is unique. It's a flying scroll snake. But just it's one of those monsters you first encounter and kind of just forget about, I feel. They just, I don't know. Tobakadachi. Just, yeah. I don't have anything else to say, really. Now, Zeno Girl, on the other hand, yeah, S tier. I really like its design. The theme is also really good. One of my favorites, I think. The armor set, weapons, also really good. I think we got a glimpse of them in Rise, actually, in a screenshot that they posted on their Twitter. Same with Naraka Kuga. But yeah, I definitely expect a Zeno Girl to be even better in Rise, since Ichinoze is directing the game, of course. And yeah, he's the only monster to be an S tier outside of some of the new ones. But yeah, Vulvodon could go up to B, but for now he's gonna be in C. The design I do like somewhat, but I don't know. He does feel somewhat basic to me. The armor looks eh. And I think B, I can't fit him in with the B tier monsters I have, I feel. But yeah, that is my tier list pre Monster Hunter Rise release. This is definitely going to change, I imagine, once the game fully releases. We actually experience all these monsters for the first time. Well, some of them anyways. But yeah, I definitely expect like some of these to change, like Rakna-Kadaki to change, Bishop 10 as well, Sorrios, Ludroth, Vulvodon, Lagambi. Yeah. Definitely a vibrant and unique roster. A lot of different types of monsters, Temnocrian, Flying Wyverns, of course. The Fanged Beast. Definitely a unique roster set we have. I am going to do a follow-up after we fully experience the game, which I will be streaming at least the full village key quest anyways. And then yeah. So I imagine we'll get to experience the majority of these monsters from that. But yeah, once I finish or do experience every monster, at least in the base game, I'll definitely do a follow-up. Or maybe I'll wait to April till we get the other monsters coming. But yeah, that's it for now. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you disagree or agree with anything, write it down in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching and take care.